you ready? Yeah, ready. All right, let's just do it. Sit up on stage. Come on, guys. Morning. Morning. Welcome back to track 2. Track 2 is the best room. Anyone who tells you that track 1 is a better room is a liar. So, you've made the right choice. Welcome to track 2. Right now we have what I think is going to be a very interesting talk. Been reading about it, voted for it, very much looking forward to see what these gentlemen have to say. Alan and Kelvin are from Valkyrie X, and they are proposing an interesting framework and tool that's all about determining an automated course of action of what to do based upon the evidence you collected.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Now, obviously, a lot of people always like to say things like, I don't understand how they can be in what ways, but apparently they're much smarter than we are. Not as an offense, but apparently they really are because they were really long abstract. So, I am very much looking forward to this. Very much looking forward to see what you have to say in the proposed tool and framework, and I hope you all are pleased. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Kelvin.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. My name is Kelvin from a long distance place in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, it's now 9 o'clock night, so I maybe feel sleepy. I want to ask you one question. Is it a US style to present at 8 o'clock morning? Too early? Yeah? Yeah, right? But in Hong Kong, maybe my present will be already start from 9:30 or 10. So maybe I can, feel, anyway, I start the present first. Okay, first of all, I want to introduce my group. VXRL is a Valkyrie X security research lab in Hong Kong, a non-profit making organization, and only one team, CTF team in Hong Kong, and do the creative and front research. But actually, for my job, I'm a Hong Kong police. Do the forensics about 10 years. But now I return back to the divisional police station to do the traditional crime investigation. So after I left the technology crime division, I start my forensic research up to now, and then I speak at any worldwide security conference and forensic conference in the past few years. Okay, another a brief introduction from Alan Ho.
Oh, you just briefly call about it's okay.
Okay, it's one of the member of VXRL group in Hong Kong, and maybe I can't explain your experience.
Oh, okay, okay. Before doing the research, I was a developer, so I want to use my skills in the security research. So right now I'm an application security consultant, and I like web hacking and doing some programming for the research, like this framework. We developed the tools to illustrate the framework, so I will show that about it later. So let Kevin to continue.
Okay, my turn first. For my presentation, there will be 2 parts. One is for me, one is from Alan. The first part is talking about a story when I working in the technology crime division. Okay, I start first. Another member, and Anthony Lai and Setter is also my fellow. Agenda, background, yeah, and a forensic challenge, case study, and my intelligence framework. And then the last one, I will show you a video demo. How does it work? Okay. Okay, in Hong Kong, the one challenge in Hong Kong is not how to do the forensic. I find 3 types of police. The first one, A. Yeah, someone has investigation skill and the computer knowledge, but they didn't know how to do the forensic. Okay, when you handle the case, the evidence gone, right? Don't know the procedure, don't know the skill. And the second one is, he's an investigator, and then like to pay the tools and want to buy many of the computer equipment here at home and then show kid, but they didn't know how to do it. Okay, evidence gone. And then C. C is, okay, not a police, just know, yeah, many of the computer equipment, and then how to do the forensic, that means can play with the software, play with the equipment, but it's not a police, no investigation skill. So, yeah, gone. Okay, how many guys are there? It's coming from the police department or enforcement agents? No? But you are the forensic expert right now? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's jump into the my case. Yeah. Okay, when I working on a traditional crime department, okay, but in Hong Kong, we didn't reject any people. They report a computer crime, right? Yeah, when someone come to police station, say, oh, okay, my computer is hacked. How come? Okay, my colleagues will ask me and then tell, Kelvin, your turn, your job. But I'm now working on a beat patrol officer. I'm a traditional crime investigator. How come my turn? How about you? No need to do, nothing to do, right? Yeah, all the thing is from is my job, right? I left the technology crime division. I'm a police officer, traditional police officer. Do the beat patrol, and then investigate the traditional crime, right? Like robbery, theft, something like that. Yeah. Okay, but one day, people is a computer, is a computer director in a traditional trading company. Yeah, they authorize bank transfer up to $40,000 per day online. Once they do this transaction, a SMS notice will be sent to his mobile phone. All the transaction conduct only on his personal computer. Yeah. He reported, this is the case background of this guy, yeah? And then one day, there is a transfer to the Europe, around $30,000, and then he received a SMS but ignored it. It is because they do many of the trading, so receive any SMS message from his mobile phone, so he ignored it. At the end of the month, okay, he checked the bank and discover one unauthorized transaction. Okay, he go to the police station and report the case. How come? What happened? How do you know? Who can answer me this question? No, I have a gift to you. No, as a traditional police officer, what happened? Yeah, just file the report. And then, write a statement? No? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, what happened? Yeah, is there a crime? Yeah, I can separate in 3 types. One is cybercrime. The second one is traditional crime. The third one is loving. What's the loving? Misunderstanding. Yeah, the transaction is override, but he forgot it. Right? No crime. Right? But someone say, hey, I report a case, please investigate. But how about you? You can do it yourself. Check the transaction first. Check your colleague. Check your staff. Is it an authorized transaction, right? If so, no crime. Okay, the second one, traditional crime. What type of this traditional crime? If, sorry? Something physical? Yeah. Any more? Right, yeah, robbery. Who answered the question? Okay, Alan, thanks. How about the robbery? It's an online transaction. How can I rob? Yeah? Kidnap the computer? Use a knife? Hey, give me money, but it is online. Okay. Yeah, locate the suspect. But in this case, for example, I lost my bank card, right? And then someone steal my password physically, or maybe I write down the password here, and then bank card storage somewhere, and then you theft it, you steal it. Yeah, you physical theft. Just a traditional crime, low cyber crime, and then I talk with my fellow. It is a traditional crime. It's your turn. You tried it. It's not a cyber crime. How come my turn? Yeah, many guys in Hong Kong is saying that, yeah, you are come from the technology crime division. You can do the suspected cyber crime. Yeah, I can't imagine. Okay, for the traditional crime, okay, the suspect witness, or maybe find the bank transaction from the bank, and what kind of this transaction, is it in a ATM machine, or maybe in your computer, or is there any CCTV footage I can capture it? Okay, and the fingerprint of the suspect, right? Okay. The first thing is cybercrime. Wallet, phishing. Any more? No more? Yeah. It's a cybercrime, but what kind of cybercrime? How can I do it? Yeah, wait for it. Someone say, okay, here is the computer. Yeah, how can I do it? What kind of action I do it first? No. Why? Maybe this is the trend in this kind of advanced forensics first, right? Yeah. Another. And then, yeah. But the computer is turned down. How to capture the thumb? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The last one. Okay. Is it a bullet phishing or other? No. Which evidence should collect first? Yeah, maybe memory dump or the network traffic, right? If the computer is turned on, right? Does the investigator see the director computer, right? The last action. Okay. Or do the live forensic examination at the scene. But I'm not a trained forensic investigator, not a well-trained, or I'm just a police officer, and then attend to the scene. How to do this job? Even I have a basic computer knowledge, or I bring along with my James Bond board, right? I think you all in here yeah, got the James Bond board, right? Yeah, how come? Any help? No. So, the challenge again. Yeah, he said, who can do this job? Hey, forensic expert. No. So, I introduce my Investigation and Intelligence Framework, IIF, which is written by Alan. And then Alan will show the demo and then show you the process and the program to you and how to do it, how to do the forensic job. Okay, cybercrimes are advanced every day. Examiner, police officer, to focus on the technical, just like the malware analysis, reverse engineering, something like that, but they didn't know how to draw the whole picture of the incident. Okay, so without the investigation purpose, that's mean I mentioned before. Yeah, you have a investigation skill, you have a equipment, but you didn't know how to do the forensics, so the evidence gone. Okay, and then report and submit for the court prosecution. It is my final purpose. Okay, IIF help to correlate the evidence and intelligence to help the investigation more effective. How it do more effective? Yeah, it is a tool developed by Alan and our fellow XRL team, and then correlate the evidence, and then transfer to an intelligence, and then find out the whole picture, find out the whole story of the case. For example, we can extract the IP address, email, URL, social level ID, or maybe the later, maybe the telephone number, or the bank card number, and something we can extract from the evidence. The framework is extracted by the Zachman Framework, but I just use 4 concepts. One is when, where, who, how. Yeah, here's the summary of my proof of concept. When, the timestamp, where, the location, and then who is the suspect or the intruder, or maybe how can what kind of attack or what kind of incident the suspect do. Okay. From the top, yeah, evidence data. I think you all should know what kind of evidence, such as a memory dump, registry, PCAP, or something like text file or document, and then investigation engine. Put it here, and then do the intelligence. Who? That's it. Who is? What was total? This is a open source API, but you can write your own engine to search or to transform to it in the intelligent, and then find the result here. Intelligent engine like the bullet, phishing, web attack, and the fraud. I classified these 4 kinds of the cases. Okay, actually, what is the result of the cases I mentioned? No one guessed the result? Yeah, receive an email from the threat desk with attachment. Simple. Download the attachment, but can't detect by antivirus. Simple. And then the director visits the bank website and then input some credential password on a pop-up window. Yeah, like a bot, right? Transfer money within a minute. And then check the SMS on next day, but ignore it. Oh, it's a result of the case. Okay? Yeah, it is a intelligent, illegal transaction when I receive the bank statement at the end of the month. Yeah. First, computer, download the email. Yeah. Exactly the cases. Yeah, this email, download it. Wow, a lot of the statement, because this is a trading company. They will receive, or they purchase the FedEx services, and then every time he receive the receipt from the FedEx or some agents, and then antivirus, nothing. Okay, log into the bank account, use the credential, and then money gone to the suspect. Okay, evidence fine. yeah, there's 4 kinds of evidence from this case. The email address, the download list, and the browsing history, and the level connect. Okay, how does IIF to help you to find the evidence? Okay, I pass to Alan to explain more about the IIF tool. Thank you, Alan.
Okay, thank you. So we got the IIF tool. So it's credit to the teams based on Kelvin's experience and concept and inspired by the idea. So I developed the tools with the team. So this we just use Ubuntu, Python, Django, and CLV to build a web interface for our tool. So basically, at this stage, we are trying to extract the memory dump, registry, PCAP, and text file from all the evidence files that we have. Because in one case, you may got a lot of files. So our system will allow you to import the files that you think this may be helpful to a tool and correlate the things that may help to investigate. So here is some of the example of the evidence data. This is the PCAP, the registry, the memory dump. So, but these are VMs in the testing case, and some other PCAP as well. And it's located in the evidence folder of the tool. So this kind of file can be selected for further investigation. So here from the pool we got several files, and now this time I want to check this text file, and we do the manage the evidence to grab the information like IP address, email address, whatever from the file. So for the memory dump for our tool, we try to integrate with the recall or volatility to grab the information. Here we will use the PS list, the connection scan, net scan, and netset to grab the IP address or some string that may be useful to our case. Another one is the registry. So we simply use the Python library to extract the registry from some machines. And the PCAP as well using the Python library. And the text file mainly for the tool is for testing our intelligence. Because sometimes you do not want to spend a lot of time to load the memory dump. So we simply input in the string to just test the intelligence. For the investigation engine, we simply grab him the IP address, URLs, the domains, and the email address from the files we mentioned before. So here, after loading the tool, it will grab the IP address and the URL from the evidence. So if you want to do further investigation, we simply check the box. So for the intelligence we have, at this moment, we simply use the open sources, like Whois. We just use the library, and the VirusTotal, we use the VirusTotal API. Of course, there are some limitations, like certain amounts of requests within an hour or so, I forgot. But you can simply apply several API key to do some trial and error in your program. And for CleanMX, it just load the XML to do a search in our tool. And for fish tank, it's mainly for identifying if the URL exists in the database. So we just use the API they provided. And for the fixed size and Zoo Checker and OpenFish, we simply do the web request. Because in the website, they provide already got some feeds in their website. So our tool simply do a string search in these websites. Okay, so this is the configuration file in the tool. So you can just add the intelligence you like here and follow the format, then you can extend the tool. So these are the basic flow of the tool. The intelligence are categorized in web attack, phishing, botnet, and fraud, for at this moment, because we do not want to do so many complicated analysis at this moment, as this tool is not really too mature. We need more training data to make it work more precisely. So the selected items are processed by the intelligence engine. Then we will have the details and evaluation to determine whether this case can be a web attack, phishing, botnet, or fraud by what we have in the intelligence. Like if we got the findings in fish tank, then likely it should be a phishing. If we also got the IP address from the source checker, so this can be a phishing, and the victim download the file, or it may contain the source, and the IP address can be found from the intelligence. So after the processing, the system will generate the details like this. So here we can see whether it is found in fish tank, in open fish, or some who is information, or this IP address from Japan, and some virus total like the URLs, because in virus total there are a lot of findings. So we can simply select all or collapse, expand all or collapse all to see the details. So of course, from this long information, this is still complicated for us to look. So later, you can see expand, then you can see a lot of results. But so later we can simply do the evaluation to check whether this can be fraud or web attack by simply clicking the evaluation button. So at this moment for the evaluation, we simply count the frequency and existence in our intelligence, because we do not have some good algorithm to help us to generate the results. For the virus total and credential, we simply do the FH score from their findings, like how many detected communicating samples, how many downloaded samples from them, and then we do the average calculation. And for fish tank, open fish, shoe checker, and the fake website database, we simply check whether the IP address URL exists in the intelligence. So we try to apply the decision tree to our case, like if it contains the shoe checker, contain fish, then we put a check, the tick, then the tree can move in another branch, or this can be, or this kind of attack. So of course, this is just some preliminative case, and we will try to improve the algorithm when we got more training data. So this is the reference for the decision tree. This by Anthony. He will add more input later. So this is an evaluation. After we get the result from the long list, then we from checking against the intelligence and the evidence we have, we will see what kind of case can it be, or web attack. It can be found from virus total and dynamics, and phishing from fish tank and open fish, and then for botnet from the shoe checker, and fraud from the fake database, fake website database. So here we can have a summary for the case, then it can give some hints for the investigator to make their direction more clearly. So here is the case evaluation. So we got the IP address, and then we see the FH score from the virus total, like the first IP address is 0.2 something, and for this URL, this 0.029 something, and for the email address, of course, is for testing, it's 0.2 something. This is a detail of the chart here. And for the FH botnet score, like finding in the source checker, we can see because it's just found existence, so we simply give the 1 for meaning the existence, 1 or 0. And the fraud, same as the above, like 1 or 0. And phishing also 1 or 0. So here you can see from this chart, if this exists, this will got the pie. If not, the pie will be gone. And for the details of the email, just like because we got the who is and some IP address for if check against the intelligence. So we got the email. So we can see from the chart is the detail of the email. Like for the first email, it appeared 4 times, of course. But for this one, it should be some who is some registration like that. And this is the country we found from the IP address and from the who is registration. Like for this example, or for China we got 8, US we got 5, and Netherlands got 2, and so on. So for the result we have, we can export it as analysis in the future, and the result can be exported in the JSON format. So because we at this stage we got a lot of system, we will know how to interpret JSON format. So it should be a good format to export the data. So this is the result. It's a long JSON list. You can copy and paste the JSON data into some JSON tree viewer to view the result clearly. And then if we got this JSON data, we can simply save into a file, and then we can load this data again for another analysis, because we do not want to load all the things and select all the things again. So this will provide a similar result as the case you did before. So for the extensibility for the tool, you can simply add more API URL of the intelligence, and then create a new Python class and set the configuration file. And the JSON data is allowed, you can input into other systems for your own need. So we can see the video. So please, can you help me to play the video? So we got around 4 to 5 minutes of video demonstration. Maybe we can. So wait a bit. Nothing in the video. Please have a look. Sorry, please wait a bit. Okay.
Not yet.
If not, we can use a Mac to play it.
Nothing. Yeah. I see. Okay.
Cool, we got the demo.
Yeah.
So here is the environment of the tool. You just simply start the Django server to of course it's too small. You can see after starting the web server, we can open the web browser to see the web interface. So here is the web interface. Simply use the Firefox in the Ubuntu. And here is the evidence proof I mentioned before. We just simply select the memory here, then we do the manage to check whether the format is correct. So it will load for some time to grab the information. And then is the IP address we grab from the memory dump, then we simply check that, or we want to check this IP address, then we do the analysis. So of course this in the view situation it should take much longer, but here I just simply cut the loading time. So here we find the result here, or this IP address from the intelligence. We got this result from VirusTotal, and this result from downloaded computing sample in VirusTotal. After we have a look for what we have, we simply press the evaluation to check the graph. So this example is likely a web attack. This is the email found from the evidence, and this is the country found from the evidence we selected. So this is an example for the basic flow of the tool. So this is another example. This is the text files if we do the testing for intelligence, because this text file contains a lot of malicious IP addresses and URLs. So we must got something from the tool. So we simply check several of them here, like this. If you put this IP address to the intelligence engine, it should give you some malicious results. So here we can see the findings here. There are quite a lot of findings, like in Shoe Checker, and some from Shoe Checker, and some from phishing as well. So here we can have a look for what we have from the evidence. So this can help the investigator to have a clear direction. So this is the VirusTotal finding. It got quite a number of samples for this IP address. So here we evaluate, and then we found that this may contain 3 types of attack for this case. So this IP address from the botnet, it can be some fault from the database, from the fake website database, and these are the email address extracted from the evidence files. And this is the countries that extracted from the information as well. So we can try to export the JSON data here, and we simply export that and save into our machine for later analysis as well. So here, we try to load the JSON data we have. We select the data and then load, and we got the result. We do not have to wait anymore for grabbing the intelligence. So we simply do another analysis here. So we can see the samples, the result from the evidence files. Of course, we can also do the same evaluation. It will give you the same chart as you saved before. So you can see here the long list of the evidence. You do not want to read one by one, so we provide the evaluation button for you to have a summary for what you need to focus. So here we got the chart. You can see at the top we got the evidence files, and the summary we got all type of attack for this case. So here, just like before, we got the botnet fraud and the phishing. And this is the email. Of course, I will improve the chart later to give you more color for differentiation. So this is the email address they found, and the countries here. So this is the demo of the tool. So that's all for our demonstration. Any questions?
You said that you sped up, you cut some of the time out. What were the choke points on the time, about how big was that? The queries, is it based upon how much hardware you have? What would speed the process up, and what was the actual time?
Well, actually, there are two stages in the tool. They will spend you quite a number of minutes. Like if you grab the case file from the memory dump, like 1 gig or 2 gig, it could take you around 5 to 10 minutes to grab the IP address from the file. And for the intelligence, depending on how many IP address, email address you have, and because it's just some internet search in the whois, from the SUS checker. So depending on the network connection as well as how many requests you make. So it can be varied from few minutes to 15 minutes. So it can be different. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry?
Could you?
Yeah.
How do you determine which report the original attack vector and what the research?
Can you refer to the slide? Can we have a look on the slide? So at this moment, we categorize into four types: the web attack, and the fraud, the phishing, and the web attack, fraud, phishing, and the botnet.
Botnet, yeah.
Yeah, botnet. So for
just simple clarify, classify in these four kind of crime. Maybe you can have your classification, yeah, based on your information input. Yeah, this is just the four type of attack in Hong Kong commonly. Yeah, so you can classify as your customer.
So this is for if you find an intelligence that suits your needs, you can simply add in the tool and have your own category. And or if you find that we got a good intelligence for a web attack, you can add that. So we can try to extend the tool by creating some new class and new intelligence.
Any more? Yeah, the IIF tools is save your time. Yeah, when you have a evidence here or the computer here, I know you all guys have the tool or a USB or the sniffer box and then capture the evidence here. And then if you didn't know how to do the forensic, just input this data to the IIF and then search immediately. And then I don't think this is the real situation or of the incident, but you can have saved your time to classify earlier and then do the investigation first with different part of the enforcement or the agency to grab the information. Yeah, save your time. Right.
Where do you plan to go from here?
Sorry?
Where do you plan to take the project from here?
So for this IF, if you got some new intelligence, we can input to the tool. And if you got more training data, we can make the tool more accurately. So this can help us to improve the tool. Thanks.
If someone wanted to get the tool, where should they go?
They can ask us. It's just a VM.
Yeah, it's a VM. And then maybe we will put it as a open sources. And then you can download it from my website, but the website is still developed.
Yeah.
Developing, yeah, not developed.
Yeah. You may even try to fix the Python bug in the program.
yeah. It's an open sources. Yeah, low price, low money. It's free.
What about lateral movement? Are you looking for pointers to say, okay, this wasn't actually a web attack on the internet that came across these servers internally, and we have pointers back to other affected bots? Are you really looking at that? Because it's seldom going to just be one box that hit by a phishing or a web attack. That's a very basic scenario.
Yeah, it's a basic scenario. But
You've got an APT, you've got bigger problems than one.
To be honest, this tool is just developed for the officer attend the scene. They didn't know how to do the forensic or the live forensics at the scene. Actually, I think even in the US, not all the officers have the forensic training, right? Yeah. So it's just a simple cases you received, like this one I mentioned it, and then help the like a ambulance, attend to the incident, and then do the first aid first, and then kept CC the effort to the lab, and then do the deep forensics, right? So I don't think it's a problem when I meet this is a big case or even big data at the scene.
Yeah, it gives you the basic idea. Of course, you need another tool for other further investigation.
Yeah.
So if you do not have the direction, you may simply put in the tool and get some direction, and then use your tool depth for your own needs to get the evidence more precisely.
To all order. Have a copy here. Introduce the. Yeah, I just introduced to the society, the forensic society in Hong Kong and the university, but for the police, because I'm still working in the police. Yeah, right. I can't sell the product to the police, right? Yeah, I just give it as a gift. Hey, you do it, you use it. Yeah, it's free. But even police officer will do the assessment or some rating, or how does it work, or is it good for their practice? Yeah, I just introduced to the society and the university first. After that, I will do it on our government or enforcement agency in Hong Kong. Yeah. But these IIF tools, I have talked to the Europe DFIR workshop. Yeah, and then the second time this is the second time in US. So maybe later or the coming month. Yeah, at the other conference. Right? Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming. Thanks. Long flight.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, coming up next in this room in a couple of minutes, David Kovar will be talking about unmanned